Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how I put my metal dies onto a magnetic sheeting. Now, there's several ways that you can do this, and each person has their own little technique. The way I like to do it is to use this magnetic adhesive sheet that's actually designed for putting photos on magnetic sheeting or other things on magnetic sheeting. I get it at my local craft store, and I usually use a 50% off coupon, and it comes 12 by 24 inches, and I've used most of it. This is what's left. But today I'm going to show you how I use this magnetic sheeting to make magnetic storage sheets for my dies. First, you'll need to have a piece of thick cardstock, and I'm using the Stampin Up thick Whisper White cardstock. And I used the piece of paper that the dies come on as a pattern for how big I need to make the cardstock or cut the cardstock. I'll need my paper trimmer, and I'm going to use this as a pattern for cutting my, let me turn it around so it's the right way. I'm going to use this as a pattern of how big I need to cut my cardstock. So regardless of how big the sheet is, you know how to use it as a pattern, because each one is a different size. Some are bigger, some are smaller. So I'm going to fit that in there so that it's about half. The edge of this is in the middle of my cutting tray. Okay, so I know I've got that cut. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to put it in the center of my cutting track. Even line it up. Let me get this in here. Okay, so I'm going to get it even on the edges here. Line it up in the track where the track is for the cutting, and that will let me know where I need to cut. Now that I have my pattern that matches what came in here with the dies, I'm going to use this as a pattern to cut my magnetic sheet. And I turn it so that the curl is flat towards the cutting board, because otherwise it's harder to cut. So I'm going to put this up next to here, move it over till it's in even with the cutting track. And it's a bit of a trick to line it all up, but eventually it works out. Okay, let me put it over just a little bit. Okay, fortunately the piece that's left is already the right width. Okay, and then I can use this for a different set of dies. So we're done with our scoring board, our cutting board. And now we have this and we have this, and they should match up. And because this is adhesive, all you have to do is peel it off. And then I like to cover up some of it, and be sure you use the waxy side when you do this. Cover up some of it so that I can line this up perfectly, because it's very sticky, and once it sticks, it is stuck. That's a good thing, right? Okay, so then once I get the edge done, then I pull the rest of this off and then just let it fall down. If you have any edges that stick out, like this little piece of white, if it bothers you, you can always trim it off. Okay, now we're ready to transfer our dies to our new sheet here. And yeah, sometimes they're very close and you have to turn them to make sure that you are getting them in the right direction. Okay, when you're taking these dies off, they are so sticky. I think it's really important that you don't bend your dies. I'm very gentle with them. So this one goes down here. And they stick pretty good. Well, they do. It's a little bit wobbly, but I mean, how often are you going to take it and shake it like that? When you get all the dies on there, it's a lot stronger. So I'm going to go ahead and place these on here. You don't have to watch the whole process. Okay, so all the dies are on there now, and then I store them in the original packaging that they come in. I keep them inside. Well, what I do is I put them with this, and then I have a piece of white, Whisper White cardstock, and I take a glue dot. This is 3.75 inches and a ½ inch wide, and I take a glue dot on one end and a glue dot on the other end, and I put it on the inside over where it says what the name of the dies, and then what that does is it helps it to stand out so that I can read it. And then I just take them, slide them inside together. Might be better to do them separately because together they don't want to go in there. It's actually the paper that's giving me the problem. Okay. And then that way I can keep them in my storage. And I can see the dies, and I can see the name, and I also have this here to remind me too what is in there. Okay, well, I hope this has been helpful, and if you get a chance, check out my blog, www.carolbcrafts.com. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye now.